Roger.
Meet Anthony Stringo.
I'm gonna go try the ship channel.
This bay shrimper calls Port O'Connor home.
I was born here. That's all I've ever done. You know, Matagorda Bay mainly.
While Gulf shrimpers may stay at sea for weeks, bay shrimpers take things one day at a time.
This right here is a new concept for me for the last 10 years. This is called a lazy line. So you don't have to pull the whole net in and get to the back of it.
A lot has changed over the decades, and Anthony has had to adapt. His catch now includes Atlantic croaker, a fish recreational anglers like to use for bait.
You know, the people, the weekenders got to be here. The people that buy them has got to be here. You catch all you want, but if there's nobody to buy them, you're not going to make nothing. You want one about that size for fishing. That right there, put it back.
While Anthony's been shrimping for most of his life, he's still decades behind his dad.
50 years, I'd say, yeah. Probably one of the oldest left out here. Might be one or two more his age left.
So 1, 2, 1. That's all I'm gonna do is reinforce the edges here. Add another string here to stay together.
Jesse Stringo's 75, and when he's not shrimping, he's mending his nets.
Islands, tires, there's just so many different things.
The Stringos have been shrimping for generations. Here's Jesse's dad, Junior, in a Houston Chronicle from 1930.
Oh yeah, he's the one that taught me. Yeah, down in the 50s. Oh, there was so damn much shrimp we didn't know what to do in them days.
Those days were indeed prosperous, says Mark Fisher, who's studied the shrimping industry for 25 years.
Shrimping in the 1950s, it was a very good decade. Price of shrimp was very high. Fuel was cheap, labor was abundant. There was almost no government regulation back then. If you could work hard and handle it, it was all for the taking.
I mean, there was lots of shrimp. They kept dwindling down after about 50 years of working them.
Yet Jesse is still out working them.
What happened?
His old boat, the High Roller, rolls along.
You know how it gets old and everything coming apart? Oh, I don't want to stick my hands in there. You know, to guide the cables back and forth like you do a rod and reel.
Jesse has a new partner, his brother James, who just sold his shrimping license and his boat.
Yeah, I was getting too old to work by myself now, and I just had to give it up. Whew. I'm all right with it. I knew I couldn't do it no more, so just went ahead and sold everything. Boat, license, and everything.
While there are 300 or so licensed bay shrimpers now, back in the late 80s, Gulf and bay shrimpers were out in force, with more than 5,000 licensed shrimpers on the water. With that much pressure, the state of Texas started to buy back shrimping licenses. The reason? Shrimp nets bring in much more than just shrimp.
For every pound of shrimp that is caught, they also catch 4 pounds of other species. These species have no commercial value, and they're just pitched over the side. It doesn't really sound that so bad, but when you're talking about 60, 80 million pounds of shrimp being caught every year, that's a lot of bycatch. We would buy back a commercial shrimp license and then retire it, which in turn would reduce the amount of bycatch that is being caught.
Hang on.
Now James has a little extra money in his pocket, and he and his brother Jesse can work together.
You ready?
Yeah.
I'd go crazy if I had to stay home and do nothing. I had one brother retired at 62 and he didn't make it to 64.
That's sorry. There wasn't too many shrimp, a few croakers and a few ribbon fish. There wasn't too much of nothing.
It wasn't too much.
It's the unknown that's the constant concern in this business.
You never know there, you know. Sometimes you have a good year, and next year you might not get, hardly nothing. Always different. It's not always the same. or you can depend on it all the time.
Yeah, we picked the wrong place to go to.
Get the hell out of here.
This is it. We're going home. And I had enough bad luck in one day.
They can only bet on a better day tomorrow, as shrimping still pulls them back to the bay.
Well, as long as I'm able to work, I'm gonna work. But just no hurry no more. I tell you, just let it go one step at a time.
Oh yeah, he still gets around good for his age and what he does. He's one of the last ones left. Yeah, he's gonna do it till he can't do it no more. Yeah.
Anthony is out this morning too.
Sunshine with a northeast wind.
They're starting out by checking what's called a tri-net.
Oh, we have the little net down, looking around just to find the best spot where we won't be dragging for nothing. You're trying to see what you can find, and you get an idea.
We're at 15, Anthony. Best try so far. You dropping it in?
Yeah.
We'll get the jump chain on this side.
Anthony grew up out here and has literally shrimped Matagorda Bay since he was a baby.
They put me in a baby crib going out there like we went today. Never done nothing else.
Back then and even now, every day is a gamble.
It's just a challenge, because you don't know what you're going to catch. You're liable to get out there and make good money today, $1,000 a day, and the next 2 weeks, catch nothing. Like I said, it's just a challenge. I love it.
Look like shrimp in there.
Yeah, look, some shrimp in it. Yeah!
Since these guys are catching shrimp for use as live bait, it's a race to get them back to the bait shop.
More money this way, about 10 times as much money.
Takes more effort to keep them alive. You got to have pumps running. You got to drag shorter drags.
That was pretty good for live bait. That was a pretty good drag. Aye!
Anthony's made it back to Port O'Connor, and it's time to unload today's catch.
We're picking the croakers out, the golden ones.
Get the shrimp out now?
Yeah, here, give me a scoop here. I can get rid of this one. A little bit more.
We got live shrimp caught. We caught some bait. We got, what, almost 40 quarts of shrimp.
It's a little bit, pay for the field.
The fresh from the sea table shrimp is where the money used to be made.
These are the big shrimp. We ought to be getting $4 a pound for them shrimp right there. But the market's not there because the market, they get so much from overseas and the farm-raised shrimp.
Foreign farm-raised shrimp operations have taken over.
Aquacultured shrimp, they can be raised at a much lower price than you can catch them in the wild.
90% of the shrimp consumed in the U.S. are farm-raised.
It's cheaper to grow them than it is to catch them. So the price of shrimp has actually dropped. The dockside value of shrimp today is lower than it was in the 1980s.
Kind of throws the wind out of your sails. Yeah, the price of shrimp fell. People went to go find something else to do, you know.
The changes leave Anthony as the last in his family's business.
You can't make no more with it. I mean, it's just, unless she has kids and they want to do it, but other than that, yeah.
And yet, after a hard day of work in these difficult times, there is still reason for a smile.
Nothing broke, so we don't have to fix nothing to go back out tomorrow. So that's a plus. That's a real big plus.
Despite the low prices, the pounding on the body, the last of the Stringos carries on.
It's habit. I mean, it's something I've done all my life. Somebody ever said, you went to college? Yeah, I went to college in Matagorda Bay.
This project was funded in part by a grant from the Sport Fish Restoration Program.